Can an AI-generated image rank on Adobe Stock's first page in just one day? I uploaded this AI-generated yoga pose, competing against thousands of photos, illustrations, and other AI images. Did it make the top search results, or did it get buried way below? Stick around, I'll break down the entire process, including the mistakes I made and the exact keyword strategy I used to try and get this image to the top page. By the way, you can download this image for free along with all my other AI-generated images at StockPix.ai. It's completely free. Go check it out. Okay, before we dive into the results, here's why I chose to create this image. It's an AI-generated image of a yoga pose, specifically the crescent lunge yoga pose, from an overhead perspective. So why does that matter? Well, as you know, AI struggles with complex body positioning, and an overhead angle makes it even harder to generate accurately. So I know that this type of image will have little competition from other AI artists because it's not something that a lot of AI artists will be able to create. Yet I also know that yoga images are in high demand. It's a very high demand field. So that's sort of the sweet spot. We want to be in this low competition, high demand niche. Low competition from other AI generated images and a high demand field like yoga. But did this strategy work? That's what we're going to find out today. Okay, so we're in the Adobe Stock contributor dashboard and we're having a look at the details of this image submission. As you can see, it was uploaded on January 22nd, and though it doesn't show the review date here, it was accepted just 5 days later on January 27th. It spent only 5 days in review, which is great. It can sometimes take weeks for images to be reviewed. My strategy to get this image to rank high is dependent on keywording, and I made sure to include my top keywords in the title, keywords like yoga, crescent lunge pose, and captured from above, which highlight both the specific yoga pose and then the unique overhead perspective. Now, Adobe's policy allows a max of 49 keywords, but it's important to note here that the ones at the top of the list are the ones that hold the most weight. These are the ones that will hopefully get you to the top page of your search results. So I focused on terms like overhead, top view, and from above, since the unique overhead perspective of this image is what sets it apart. And to note, I did make a possible mistake here by placing the keywords crescent lunge and yoga pose lower in the list. Now, I can correct that later if I want, but I think it'll be okay since there aren't many other AI generated images of this specific pose. But let's see if that mistake cost me. Let's go check out the Adobe Stock search results and see exactly where this image landed. I'm searching for yoga crescent lunge pose, and we can see that there are 1,431 results in the all category. This includes AI images, photos, videos, and illustrations. And Adobe is ranking by what is most relevant. So we're up against over 1,400 other media files. Let's scroll down and there it is on the first page, roughly 30 images down. This AI-generated image has already bypassed hundreds of others, all within the first day of being accepted. Let's refine the search to see only the AI-generated images. Over in the filter section, I select generative AI only. We see there are only 13 AI-generated crescent lunge pose images in total, and ours ranks first, which is great. Now, the reason it ranks first over the 13 that were here before it is most likely because the keywords that I use to search are higher up in my keyword list compared to these other 13 images. So anyone, including you, who uploads an AI-generated image of a crescent lunge yoga pose is almost guaranteed to hit the first page of visibility. But let's hop back over real quick to get a couple more keywords here. So we're back in the Adobe Stock contributor dashboard, and let's just look at some other keywords I used. At the top, we have terms like overhead, aerial, top view, reaching up, and from above. Let's put those to the test and see where the image ranks when someone searches using those keywords. I'll search for yoga overhead pose, and note I'm not searching specifically for the crescent lunge pose anymore. This is for any yoga pose from overhead, and we see there's about 1,000 results in the all category. So let's scroll down and look for our image, and there it is. It's on the first page again. That means this image just bypassed nearly 1,000 other images, and it landed on the top results instantly without the months or the years of waiting that a lot of contributors can experience. Why? Adobe is actively prioritizing AI images, and when we filter for generative AI only, we can see there are just 114 total results for that specific search term compared to the 1,000 results for all media. So now let's test another search term. Let's type yoga pose from above, and we can see roughly 2,300 results. So let's scroll down, and there it is. Our image has landed on the first page for this term as well, sitting about 15 to 20 images down on the first page. So far, we're consistently landing top page results across multiple searches, proving that this strategy is working, so that's great. But now let's take a look at one keyword that I wasn't originally focused on. It's another mistake that I did in the keywording. I put the term wooden floor higher up in the keywords. The reason I say it's a mistake is because there's so many images with wooden floors in them that by putting it as one of your top 10 key terms, you're going against a huge amount of images. So I didn't intend to place it so high in my keyword list, but since I listed it in the top 10, let's see how it performed. Searching for yoga pose wooden floor in all media types, we can see we're competing against 9,100 results, so that's a big number. So I don't expect this to land on page 1, but let's check it out. Scrolling through, no, it's not on the first page. Let's investigate why that is by filtering by generative AI only. And here we see we're competing against 2,000 AI generated images for yoga pose wooden floor. So that is most likely why. That's a pretty big number that we're competing against. But look at this, our image landed roughly 20 to 30 spots down on that first page. So it should have been prioritized in the all category in the main search. But before we go back to the main search, let's have a quick look at why my image was able to jump ahead of these other 2,000 AI images. Let's go somewhere to the middle, like the 10th page, to analyze an image that isn't ranking higher. Okay, so you can see they have the keywords wooden floor buried at the bottom of their keyword list. So when someone searches for yoga pose wooden floor, because they have wooden floor lower on their list, Adobe understands that to mean that that keyword isn't as significant when searching for this image, proving that keyword order matters in relation to search words. But I'm still confused why our image isn't showing higher in the main search results when we're ranked high up on the first page for the AI search results. So let's switch back to all media again. And I'm thinking maybe I skipped over it accidentally. And okay, there it is. Our image made the first page. I just happened to skip over it the first time around. So to wrap it up here, in summary, if your image ranks high in the AI category, Adobe will push it higher in the main search results. That's why we were able to skip ahead of 9,100 images, a massive advantage. On the first day this image was accepted, it's boosted all the way up past 9,000 images posted on the first page. And this is the exact strategy you can use right now to land your AI generated images on the top search pages. If you found this useful, be sure to check out the first video in the series for a deeper dive into the AI image rankings. And if you want to download this exact image or any of my AI generated stock images, you can grab them for free at StockPix.ai. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for my next video where I'm going to show you exactly how to create complex poses without errors. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. See you soon.